Let's talk Coachella Valley.
I'm Conrad Negron with Tina Marks, your host for a fun show.
Informative show.
We're going to entertain, explore the Coachella Valley.
Give people a lot of knowledge, a lot of things that you have not heard about. We're going to bring it to you here.
Let's talk Coachella Valley. Tina Marks, Conrad Negron, your hosts. We've got a big show planned today, I think.
I know, it is. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's been growing so fast. We're getting tons of viewership, and I'm excited. But let's get to the important stuff. How's your week?
My week's going really well, Conrad. How's your week going?
Mine's fantastic. I'm excited. How's Mr. Big doing?
Well, we broke up again.
You break up every 3 hours. Or
no,
3 days.
not every 3 hours.
3 days.
Once a month. At least I'm consistent. I mean, it is kind of ironic that I just wrote a book about relationships. I mean, I know what to do. You know what? Here's how I broke it down.
Okay.
You know, this is how I broke it down with him.
Everybody
too.
Listen carefully.
There are the runners, and then there's the ones that are the clingers. I am not the clinger.
You're a runner. I guarantee you're a runner.
And
I'm a runner.
He can be a runner. So if we butt heads, it's like, it's final.
You just break up like that?
That's it. And we went to dinner. We got an argument. I said, let's go back to your place. Of course, I have things over there. This is the funniest part. Okay, this is the funniest part because I've got my dog, I've got my alkaline machine, I've got my suitcase, I got my computer, and I'm in high heels. Okay, and so I'm going out the door. He says to me, "Can I help you down?" No, you can't help me down.
We're handling relationships here today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But
we're good.
So you're not running today?
No. I said to him, "Are we done?" He says, "We're never done."
We're talking Coachella Valley. We're talking about Mr. Big. I don't run. That's another subject, isn't it?
Let's do that tomorrow. We're going to turn this around.
Well, I think we're going to do weather reports because it's really easy to do the weather in July.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Hey, how about all the Christmas music on the radio?
Did you hear that?
104.3 and 105.1. 24/7, it's playing Christmas music. I got to call the station.
How many shopping days?
Not one, two different stations.
I heard it the other day.
You did? I kind of like
bells
it a lot.
Ring.
I like the George Michael one. Last
Christmas. No.
It's got the bells going in the background. You don't like that one?
I love that song.
Oh,
yeah,
why are you saying "Oh no" then?
Well, I just don't. It doesn't snow in Africa.
But
that's the song, isn't it?
Do you think it's to promote shopping? I don't know.
I think Christmas is all about shopping, but we're months away from that. Tina, guess where I'm going?
Where are you going?
I'm going to go see Florida.
I thought you weren't going.
No, I'm not going to Florida. I'm going to go see Florida.
What is a Florida?
Florida is he's a singer, rap star.
So what does he sing?
He sings, low, 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 low.
That's
them
a
baggy
very old song,
and the That's a couple years old, I think. He's a big star.
Big star.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know. And I used to be in the music business.
And he's from Florida.
Oh, he is. So that's why it's called Florida.
Florida.
Yeah, see, so I wasn't far off when I said I thought you weren't going to Florida.
I haven't gone to Florida. I canceled my trip because of you.
Yeah.
And our commitment to our wonderful show.
That's right.
And we're doing great.
Yeah, we are doing
We're getting a lot of buzz in the valley. Ooh, let's talk Coachella Valley. Let's baseball. Do you like baseball?
Love baseball. I actually just started getting into that a couple years ago.
Really?
But it's so much fun. I went recently.
I love going. Actually, I'm going in September. My cousin gets great seats at Anaheim. So we're going to the...
is not as in we.
No,
you
you're
promised to take me and my son. So, and now it's and you're going with your cousin. Okay,
well,
so I guess you're not a man of your word.
Oh,
then.
gosh.
Okay, well, then you know what? Then take us to another.
I will. I'll take
You know what I like about it? It's a fun game to watch, but you can also, there's lots of food around, and you can still have a conversation while you're watching the game, as opposed to other games like if you miss something, like basketball. It's very hard to have a conversation. And
when they're just traveling. But go ahead. That's another rant.
No, I love the whole
baseball
idea.
I played baseball. I played a little professional baseball. I played in Mexico in Liga Mexicana, and I had so much fun.
Are you Mexican?
No, I'm a legal Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
No, it's so much fun, and being a past player, I have to announce my favorite players, but not favorite players, but my all-time team, and
which is,
and I only use this. I can't put Babe Ruth or Joe DiMaggio on it because I didn't see them. I didn't see them play.
He was cute.
He was cute. He married Marilyn Monroe.
Right, well, he's cute. I'm telling those Italians.
Well, they, gosh, I can't control you. Now, listen to me.
We'll try.
Okay, so my favorite team are only guys that I saw play. Okay?
Okay.
So the Major League roster has 26 players. So I got my team down. I've got Roberto Clemente, Willie Mays.
I met Willie Mays.
You met Willie Mays?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
And Hank Aaron and Frank Robinson are my outfield.
Okay.
And I'm looking at my notes here. Sandy Koufax, Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, Bob Gibson, Dennis Eckersley, and Mariano Rivera are my pitchers.
Okay.
My first base is Willie Stargell and Albert Pujols. Second base is Pete Rose and Joe Morgan.
Are these people all on the same team?
This is my team. This is my ultimate team.
Your all-star team.
My all-star team.
Okay.
And then at third base, I have Mike Schmidt and George Brett.
Okay.
And then I have Johnny Bench and Carlton Fisk as my catcher. And then Ricky Henderson, Ken Griffey, Tony Gwynn, and the greatest athlete of our time, Bo Jackson.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good team, isn't it?
He's baseball.
He played baseball and football.
Football. I'm not far off. I knew it was football.
But he played baseball.
But he does both.
Well, actually, Bo Jackson's story is really interesting. He was the best football player in college.
See, he
won the Heisman Trophy, but he was playing baseball at Auburn, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers said, that we're going to draft you, and he asked them. They flew him down to meet him. Okay. Which violated NCAA regulations. They had to come back because they paid for his trip, but he was still in college, and they banned him from. Had to kick him off the baseball team, and he was mad. So Bo Jackson said, well, then I'm not going to play football, and if you draft me, I'm not going to play. They drafted him. He didn't play. He went to go play baseball.
Went to go play baseball.
Yeah, and he was an unbelievable baseball player. And then he said, I think I'll take up a hobby, and I'll go play football.
How old are you usually when you retire from baseball?
Oh, well, 32, 34.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, football, they don't, guys don't last.
You look so cute in your uniforms, too.
Which ones?
The baseball players.
Oh, the baseball players look good.
They got good bodies.
They got good bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like, that's what they used to do with me in Mexico. They'd be, oh yeah, Negron.
Did you have your own cheering section?
Yeah, I didn't know what they were saying. A lot of times they were talking about my mother, but I don't know if that was good or bad.
My son had his own cheering section when he was playing soccer. Morgan, all the girls.
No. Hey, what about our U.S. girls won the World Cup?
Yes.
That was exciting.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Soccer. There's nothing happens in the first couple minutes. So I thought it'd start. I come in. It's 2-0. They scored like 2 goals in like a couple of minutes, and then that one girl, Lloyd. The Japanese goalie was out of position. She kicked it from, I think it was like 55 yards and made a goal.
Oh my gosh.
The goalie was running back. She looked like she was drunk, and the ball went over her head. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Because soccer's
yeah.
kind of dumb.
Okay, so who is your favorite baseball team now?
Dodgers.
I like the Angels.
Well, I like the Angels too.
I like the hat better, and I like the stadium better.
There's nothing like Dodger Stadium. You probably never even been to Dodger Stadium.
No, I like Angel Stadium.
Yeah?
It's more convenient. I don't like Dodger Stadium. Although, when I went, I did the VIP, where you can go underground, and they have all those food stations.
Yeah, it wasn't there in the old days. My dad used to take me.
I'm wearing Dodger blue today.
I know.
I thought you were such a fan.
I know.
You wanted to talk about baseball today, and you were wearing a white shirt.
I won't white. I'm neutral. I surrender. No, but
Switzerland.
No, I think the Dodgers and the Angels both. Actually, last year and this year, I think there's a chance it could be a Freeway World Series.
Okay.
Okay,
so I will go to Dodger Stadium with you, and also Angels. So
I gotta get 2
different games.
I gotta call my buddies.
Preferably around 4 o'clock. No, actually a little bit later. Maybe 5 o'clock.
No, we'll go to the 7 o'clock game.
7 o'clock. Okay.
7 o'clock. It's still light out.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm excited about the baseball season. So the Dodgers and Angels are in it. Okay. So we'll talk about this in October.
Yes.
But everybody stay tuned. We've got a great show planned.
Fundamental difference. It's a phrase that's used a lot at Renova Solar and SunPower. It means it's not just business as usual. It means Renova worked hard to be the first nationally accredited company. It means SunPower, an American company, has more than 200 solar patents and the most advanced and efficient panels available. And it means great partners for your solar, whether you buy or lease. Renova Solar, local, brighter, better, and fundamentally different.
For entertainment, news, articles, places to go, pick up your copy of CV Weekly. Tina and I love it here on Let's Talk Coachella Valley.
What can Impression Design do for you?
I need a dozen embroidered polo shirts for my radio station.
We can do that.
I need 300 screen printed shirts for a school fundraiser. We can do that.
My company's website's a mess. It looks bad and no one can find us online. Help.
We can do that.
All right, I need a new logo for my radio show. I need a new website with a shopping cart so I can sell stuff. I need business cards. I need shirts for the listeners. Basically, I need everything.
We can do that.
Begin your French adventure at Le Pont. From our wide selection of classic appetizers, followed by one of Le Pont's creative and unique entrees. And if that's not enough, our desserts will amaze you, featuring Le Pont's famous soufflé. Every dish expertly prepared for you by our famous chef Eddie Babai. Come and visit us.
I would love to cook for you.
Le Pont, a little bit of France on El Paseo.
Everybody, welcome. Conrad Negron here. Got a great guest today, one of the top economists in the world, Mr. Boris Beschloss. How are you, Morris?
I'm doing just fine.
It's great to see you.
It's great for you to be here.
Well, I'll tell you, I really appreciate it. We did a lot of time on the radio. Let's jump over to the Middle East right now. Obviously, things are in chaos there. They've been that way for a while.
Total chaos. What's happened just in the last few months is just it started when the British and the French, after the end of the First War, Turkey, of course, the old Ottoman Empire.
This is a land argument, isn't it?
It's not a land argument. It's an argument of the fact of which side of the Islamic regime is going to predominate. You got the Sunnis and the Shias. Mm-hmm. The Shias are controlled by Iran. Iran is the most dangerous of the elements in that area. Kurds are probably the most civilized of the group that comes from the Islamic background.
It seems to me that one day they're shooting that way, the next day they're shooting that way, and then they go around the corner and they come and take over another town. And all they're doing is blowing up infrastructure.
Well, you talk about ISIS.
Yeah.
Well, ISIS is a bunch of murdering scum. I call them the SS of the Middle East.
That's it.
They are doing the same thing
that Hitler did.
Yes, it's ironic in a way because Hitler's genocide, they did everything they could to not publicize it. The information before the end of the war was smuggled out. ISIS dwells on it and promotes it. They're happy to show you pictures of people getting their heads cut off.
That's just horrible. It's just such a horrible
In my
thing.
opinion, ISIS is more the real face of Islam. And when I hear the term moderate Islam, show me. I have yet to meet or see or hear
it doesn't exist.
A moderate. It doesn't exist,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Just like during the war, and I consider myself an expert on Germany, and I'm highly regarded in Germany today, believe it or not, personally. And I think they all carry the guilt because the German people did nothing to stop Hitler until he committed suicide on April 30th, 1945. The vast majority of the German people were still devoted to him.
Wow, that's some blackmail, isn't it?
Well, that's the way it was. I mean, he had an unbelievable aura about him. When you talk about leadership gone to the point where it becomes messianic, mm-hmm. That's what happened.
Really interesting. We're talking with Morris Beschloss today. Let's talk a little GDP maybe. What's going on in our economy? Our dollar's been strong for a while. Do you see the dollar maintaining its strength? The 10-year Treasury's ticked up above 2.3. 10-year note.
I watch it as you. I really respect your knowledge because you obviously are easy to talk to because you know what I'm talking about. This country is so strong. When we didn't discover fracking. Fracking has been around for about 60 years.
Water doesn't run uphill, but go ahead.
It was cost effective at $100, and obviously the technology has, as you very well know because you've been involved with it, and it actually has doubled. If you think of the United States as a business worth $90 trillion, which is exactly, if you take all the households in this country, put it together, the value of the United States is $90 trillion. With the excavation through fracking that we've done, and the fact that we have natural resources that every other country in the world would give anything to.
We've got so much natural gas, and we're talking about
Natural
oil.
gas, coal is still going to be around. We've got rare metals. We have the largest agriculture in the whole world. Mm-hmm. We are the largest agricultural country in the world. You put all this together. We also have more independent businesses than the rest of the world combined. So you put all this together, this country, I wouldn't worry about it. I don't think there's any one person or any one group can do anything to halt the long-term thrust of the United States of America.
Well, I think a lot of the wealth, long-term speaking, is going to be through LNG, liquefied natural gas, as we process it, turn it into liquid, and ship it all over the world.
Unbelievably, that's only the only point I disagree with you with is that it's only one of the things. Mm-hmm. It's a very important thing, or gas to liquids and liquid natural gas. But first the conversion factor, and this is one place where Washington has not gotten in the way. I mean, they're letting that go because they feel it's a big money.
Well, they're issuing the licenses right now. The processing plants are being built.
Yes, they are. The EPA does not get in the way of. In fact, surprisingly, the Environmental Protection Agency said they couldn't find anything wrong with the hydraulic fracturing, which means the White House is behind it.
Well, there's a lot of politics. We're not going to do politics today because I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm a United States citizen that thinks we need, all the good things that go along with it. But that's a question for another day, Morris.
Well, I call myself a member of the United Patriots Association.
All right, that's it. Morris Beschloss, really appreciate you coming in today.
My pleasure.
We'll do it again because we got topics.
Looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Begin your French adventure at Le Pont. From our wide selection of classic appetizers, followed by one of Le Pont's creative and unique entrees. And if that's not enough, our desserts will amaze you, featuring Le Pont's famous soufflé. Every dish expertly prepared for you by our famous chef Eddie Babai. Come and visit us.
I would love to cook for you.
Le Pont, a little bit of France on El Paseo.
Fundamental difference. It's a phrase that's used a lot at Renova Solar and SunPower. It means it's not just business as usual. It means Renova worked hard to be the first nationally accredited company. It means SunPower, an American company, has more than 200 solar patents and the most advanced and efficient panels available. And it means great partners for your solar. Whether you buy or lease, Renova Solar, local, brighter, better, and fundamentally different.
What can Impression Design do for you?
I need a dozen embroidered polo shirts for my radio station.
We can do that.
I need 300 screen printed shirts for a school fundraiser.
We can do that.
My company's website's a mess. It looks bad and no one can find us online. Help.
We can do that.
All right, I need a new logo for my radio show. I need a new website with a shopping cart so I can sell stuff. I need business cards. I need shirts for the listeners. Basically, I need everything.
We can do that.
Welcome. Today we have a very special guest. She is an entrepreneur. She is a visionary, and talk about manifesting your intentions. Please welcome Lindy Beege, owner and founder of Loving All Animals. Welcome.
Thank you.
Can you tell us, so you formed Loving All Animals in what, in 2008?
2008.
Okay, so what gave you the vision and the inspiration to open the doors?
Well, I came from Oregon.
Okay.
And when I first came here, I loved it, but I couldn't believe all the abundance and all the beauty. And I made the big mistake of going around to all the different animal shelters. And 20 years ago, I got to tell you, they were appalling. They were so awful, so awful. So I was very active with all the animal organizations, and a bunch of us girls, we really enjoyed doing what we were doing. So we started Loving All Animals in order to give us a purpose to get together, because we have fun getting together, and so
and that is your purpose. I mean, if you have that mission, everybody needs a purpose, don't you? Yes.
Yeah, rather than just wasting time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, did you do this in Oregon too? I mean, you were always an animal lover, correct?
I've always been an animal
Okay.
lover. In Oregon, I was working all the time. I always had animals.
Okay.
But as far as being very active in trying to save them like I am now,
Okay.
this is my retirement.
This is your retirement. Okay, so Loving All Animals is not a shelter. It is a shelter kind of within a shelter. Okay, that's what I was talking to Alex about earlier. So you provide the same things that a shelter would, but why don't you tell us a little bit more?
And I'm glad we do have shelters. We do need shelters.
Yes.
But I would never want to have animals in cages. I just, I'm just going dogs and cats.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to keep them in cages. So what we do is we foster. We have a whole network of fostering.
Okay.
So the animals are in homes. Like I have 5 animals at my house now. Dogs, 5 dogs, and cats and birds, and I've got lots of animals. But they're not in a cage. They're in a home. They're in a living room. They're on a couch. Some people don't want them on a couch. Mine are on the couch.
Yeah.
So they're living with people, and then they move on to be in their own permanent home.
Okay. Now, how long does somebody foster an animal? Is there a specific time period?
I've had some for hours, and I've had some for 3 months. So it varies.
Okay. And then do they go from one home to another, or is it usually one foster and then their forever home?
We try real hard to keep them in one foster and then to their forever home, because dogs are like people. I mean, they have comfort levels.
Yeah.
And so if they're staying
And they get
somewhere,
attached.
They get attached.
Uh-huh.
But it's one thing that's kind of different. So they get attached. They learn how to love. If they've been shelter animals and they haven't been exposed to love, they don't really know how. And so when they learn how to love, they turn around, and then when they go to their permanent home, they love quickly.
Yes.
It's like I've had dogs that I couldn't touch for 3 days. They wouldn't come anywhere near me. And then they become very loving, and then when they go to their new home, they're very quick.
Right. Now, how do you find the people that foster your animals?
We do anything and everything we can to find that. That's our biggest challenge. We beg, we borrow, we do anything.
Which is one of the reasons I'm talking to you, to get the word out. Yeah.
The perfect population for that, which is here, is, I'm 74 years old. I am retired. I have lots of time to love on animals, and I have lots of love. So the seniors are kind of our target market. We really,
yes,
and it gives them something too. It gives them purpose.
Yes, and we were talking earlier about the Mayo Clinic did a study. Tell us about that.
Okay, well they have done a study that says that, hey, you can live longer and live better if you have pets. They've done it. Cardio, exercise, socialize, mentally. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yes.
And if you have an animal, they don't let you just sit down and pout. They don't let you just do anything.
They do lift your spirits. They absolutely do lift your spirits.
And I mean, like, if you ever held a cat and heard it purr.
Mine does it every morning right in my ear.
Do you feel your own body rhythms take on that? And actually, I mean, if you have racing hearts, it will stop. This is a stress reliever.
Massaging.
So.
Oh, he looks so happy.
Yeah, he's only got 3 legs.
I know, and you know what? You'd never know. You were hopping. You weren't even hopping. You looked like you were. Well, you do hop, but I didn't even notice until they pointed it out to me. He's, oh, look at those eyes. What a beautiful dog. Now, where do you get your animals? Do you go to the shelters?
We try, and we are pretty successful at it. We know all the animals that are in all the shelters for probably 100 miles around, and they call us, particularly when. People don't really like to hear this, but it's true. 57% of our local animals that go into shelters don't get to come out alive. So we're on a call schedule where they call us when they've got animals that they're going to put down.
That's over half.
And we get them.
How long do they keep them before they put them down?
Well, it varies. I mean, if it's a stray, they have a time that they need to keep them, and they do. But basically, they can really wipe them out in 3 days.
Oh, that's so sad. So you have a fundraiser coming up, July 18th. Tell us about that, Gil.
Pets on Parade, and the beauty of that, again, is this whole valley is we want to be a no-kill Coachella Valley.
Yes.
And we're all teaming up, and we're working together rather than everybody doing their own little thing. And this is the combination of Pegasus Riding Academy.
Okay.
And they have horses, and they use them for disabled children. and then Loving All Animals, who does dogs, cats, and birds.
What a wonderful combination.
So we're pulling in children, horses, dogs, cats, and birds, and we're doing Pets on Parade, and I'm imagining we're going to have 600 people there. It's going to be a great.
And where's it going to be?
It's going to be at the Renaissance.
Oh, okay.
In Indian Wells.
Perfect. And what's the time?
It's a luncheon.
Okay.
And it'll start at about 11, and the tickets are $70 each is all.
Okay.
And there's going to be an auction that's going to be incredible. There's going to be a show.
Oh, fantastic.
And there's a couple of people that are going to be honored. Janet McAfee, which is one that goes to shelters and gets them out before they die, is one. And the other is a guy by the name of Andy, who buys dogs, trains them for our veterans. It's dogs for our war heroes.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's
That
just
is-
sharing.
Oh, another
Baby,
one. Can I pick him up?
Sure.
Oh, how cute. Oh,
She's
he wants
looking
to
for a
come up.
home. If anybody
Oh,
out
you
there
are so cute. Is this a
looking
girl?
for she's a little girl. Say, I'm Caitlin.
I don't know.
She's
I don't know.
darling.
She's pretty cute. You'd like Douglas and Lamborghini.
Looking for a home.
She get along with cats?
She gets along with cats. She gets along with everybody. She's just a sweetie.
That's fantastic. And another thing that your organization does is at least once a month, I understand, you perform where they spay and neuter.
The answer to our problem is overpopulation.
Absolutely.
So if we can stop the production of cats and dogs, then they will become valuable again. It's supply and demand. There's just too many of them.
That is so well put.
Yeah,
Lindy, that is so well put.
It is so true.
Yes.
I mean, and it doesn't take any engineer or any brainchild to figure that one out. So we are trying to spay and neuter everywhere we can. We have adoption things here all the time. We have the huge adoption thing where we invite 40 different shelters to bring animals. We have over 500 animals at our annual adoption thing.
Okay.
So if we hit it from all angles, and if the community will get behind us and help us, we can do this.
Okay,
we can stop the killing of these innocent little people.
And they can find out about all these fundraisers and all these different events on your website, correct? Which we're going to show at the end of the show. And well, that's fantastic. I'm so glad that I met you. You're a wonderful, wonderful lady, and you have a wonderful cause. And I'm going to be sure to tell everybody I know about Loving All Animals. Good. Okay.
Tina, great interview.
Thank you.
That was really good.
Thank you. You know, one thing that I did not add in that interview that I really want to let you all know is that when you foster one of the animals at Loving All Animals, they provide all the cost for the animal while you are fostering it. So all you have to do is provide the love. It's a really, really good cause. So I really encourage any of you that are thinking about that, maybe if you're lonely, do it. It'll be great for you. It'll be great for the animal. And it's great for the organization.
What time's our show on? I forgot.
Wednesdays, 12 noon, and Fridays at 5:30 a.m. I'm going to put a little Post-it note on your little shirt.
I need it. Maybe a little buzzer or some app.
Yeah.
Let's talk Coachella Valley on when?
Technical app. Okay.
I know all that stuff.
Okay, say goodbye, Conrad.
All right. Goodbye, Conrad.